It's virtually uncontested in the science that the baby can respond to stimuli as early as 7 or 8 weeks. They have all of the thalamic circuitry in place to experience pain to the same degree as you and I by about 13 weeks. Meaning that when you rip that child's arms off their body, it is as painful to them as if I ripped your arm off of your body. But let's grant their argument and say, okay, for the sake of argument, let's say you're right, the baby can't feel pain. Anyone ever heard of the disease or ailment called congenital analgesia? Or congenital insensitivity to pain?
Yeah.
Very rare disease. Guess what? You can't feel any pain. It's actually very dangerous. You could walk around, you could hurt yourself, you can slit your wrist, you could cut yourself with a knife and not feel it. So, hey, like the baby in the womb, they cannot feel pain. What about desires? This is one you'll get more on university campuses. So some, professor high on his own intellectual flatulence will say, well, the baby doesn't have any desires. So if I don't violate your desires, then I haven't violated your right for that thing. So if you don't desire a right to life, because what's it to the baby? They don't know they're being born, right? So if I don't violate your desire for a thing, then I haven't violated your right to that thing. Ever heard of suicidality? If you have suicidality, do you desire to go on living? No. So I guess you don't have a right to life. Ever heard of Buddhists who try to reach nirvana? Mm-hmm. I don't think this is possible, by the way, but if you reach nirvana, you know what happens? You eradicate all desires, which would include the desire to go on living. So like the fetus, you don't have a desire for a right to life. Mm-hmm. So can we kill Buddhists who reach nirvana? Because they also are not persons. And here's one more. Well, the baby's not conscious. Mm-hmm. They don't know they exist. Mm-hmm. All right? And neither are infants. Mm-hmm. Did you know that the recent science has shown that infants are not self-aware until maybe months after birth? Mm-hmm. So we have a 2.5-month-old here today with my wife and kids. Mm-hmm. When my wife dresses my daughter Sophie Sunshine in just a beautiful little outfit and holds her in front of the mirror to take a selfie, right? Sophie's not going, oh my gosh, I'm adorable. Thank you for this cute outfit, Mom, and I'm aware of myself as an autonomous individual who has never existed before and will never exist again. My 2-month-old is not processing that. They are actually not self-aware yet. They don't look at themselves and go, oh, that's me. So that same requirement of self-awareness or consciousness that's applied to the baby in the womb to deny them personhood can also be applied outside the womb. The point is this: there is no value-giving difference between the embryonic human being that you once were and the adult that you are today that would justify taking your life at that earlier stage. Right. And any difference is a difference found amongst all born people as well.